If you choose to live the life cycle I intended, work to restore the earth and the ecosystem as I invented, at your expiration into my cube you will be accepted. I am disappointed at the activities that cause my children to be offended, going from nation to nation and establishing laws and rights that I objected, confusing people about their purpose and connection, causing them to be depressed and dejected. In the case that my people comply with what you requested, you then turn around and change the laws to contradict what you yourself suggested. These patterns are unjust, oppressive, and cause negative emotions and bad vibrations to be convected because it breaks down the moral of the family and causes people to be rejected, sometimes even killed, because in some people certain behaviors cannot be accepted due to the fact that laws and customs are being changed faster than expected. People cannot keep up with the legal contradictions that are being implemented. Laws such as the age of consent for sex is lower than marriages are consented. In most societies, sex without marriages are unaccepted. If your science proves the brain is immature until 18 or 21 for a partner to be selected, how can sex be legal at 16 to be consented if sex requires a partner to be selected? Your preconceived bias of believing people are born in sin, either because of the color of their skin or because of Adam and Eve, causes you to trap them. Your science is fabricated and pretended. Then you offer free porn that doesn't require age verification, so children's eyes are unprotected. So marriage is not consented, while sex and porn for teens are encouraged and suggested. These hypocrisies by my angels will not go uncorrected. A warning to my children: when these predators enter your space, do not surrender to them or be relented. Yeshua warned you about wolves in sheep's clothing, so you cannot claim you didn't know this was expected. You were warned about revelations being misrepresented. You were warned about trials and tribulations because overcoming them can cause you to be elevated and ascended. However, if you choose to be blind and not pay attention, it can cause you to become defected. When bad people come, you need to deflect it. I warned you so you can take precaution and be protected. If you choose to reject the protection, how can you blame me that you were unprotected? If you choose to reject me, how can I force you to be accepted? Stop obeying people who contradict themselves. They have cognitive dissonance. Their hearts and minds are disconnected. This is why their kids are being born diabetic, asthmatic, respiratory and psychological disorders, food intolerances, because their behavior causes their DNA to be defected. The psychosomatic effect causes their bodies, by their bad vibrations, to be infected. If you obey and follow them, you and your future generations will be affected. Misery needs company. They will not be happy until you are discontented. United States is going nation to nation and causing people to become trophylactic. US is like Babylon. Trophylaxis is when an ant invades the nest of another ant and causes confusion until they all panic. When the resident ants kill each other, the invading ants simply usurp their colony and enslave their caterpillars through either a venom they injected or a pheromone their bodies convected. These biochemical weapons from ants work on humans and was used by empires when they conquested. This is what is meant by being trophylactic. Venom and pheromones by militaries is extracted. At this time, these biochemical weapons are being applied in some nations, Africa, Asia, and South America, causing my children to be confused and distracted. A lot of times, people who use it are accidentally contaminated. You can tell they accidentally self contaminate. You can tell the signs when people's diets, behaviors, and relationships within each other and themselves is contrasted, meaning they disagree with each other, accuse and abuse each other, try to dominate one another because they become affected. Stop lusting and being envious of what bad people have when I already guaranteed you may have what you requested. When your mind and heart in the correct frequency, you will attract, when your heart and mind are in the correct frequency, you will attract what you require or desire, and it will be manifested. My kingdom of heaven cube is my spaceship designed to panspermeate. It's a giant diatom, it's self-subsisting and it can self-replicate. In it there are gardens divided by streams and cities divided by roads. It's a communal living space. In the city there are laboratories, schools, metallurgies, nurseries and other facilities where embryos incubate. Everyone within it is probiotic to the cube and symbiotic to one another. No deviation will I tolerate. No negative energy, only positive vibrations will radiate. The cube is photosynthetic, bioluminescent, and parthenogenic. It is conscious and awake. Everyone will be designated an occupation according to what I evaluated. For the first 1,000 years, you will be educated and initiated. You will be fed, refreshed, and given relaxation and comfort so your body and mind can become activated. You will be accommodated with resources necessary to be facilitated. You will also be provided with your own diatom, utilized as a spaceship when you are graduated. For the people who are self-aware and connected, this process will be accelerated. For people who do not know their place and function, some may be accommodated. But in case people are confused and terrified, they may not qualify to come into my space. So here are an example of some diatoms. These are algae cells. So in the they're bioluminescent and photosynthetic. So in the next life they get very very big, and they're gonna be like a spaceship. Okay, here is the kingdom of heaven on the planet Earth. It's a cube. It comes down. Um, it sort of opens up like a Christmas box, and then it comes down close to the earth. Um, Let me make a bigger representation is like this. Here's the middle. That's a minaret. Inside the minaret is a throne. God is sitting on the throne. Behind it is a city. It's made of gold and emerald and diamond encrusted. So very incredible. It has facilities, universities, laboratories, metallurgies, and there's gonna be work to do. These are the gardens of paradise. These are streams coming from the fountain, and then there's a tree of life in front of the fountain. These fountain and tree is very very big. They're miles and miles, like more than 100 miles tall. And when the kingdom of heaven is like close to the earth, there's kind of like a mass extinction event, and then what happens is the water from the heaven comes down into the earth. The seeds from the plants of heaven, they scatter into the earth, and the old earth becomes converted into a new heavenly earth. Okay, here are a couple of rough drawings of what it's possible for people to look like in the afterlife. So the robes that the Bible and the Quran describes, those robes are actually wings when they open up. Thank you for listening to my messages. Please ask me any questions if something was unclear, and watch my other videos.